Hey all, and welcome to Total Meltdown, the official podcast of Pwn.com. We are back after a long break. Real quick, this is your man G Nitro back again as always. Unfortunately, Clover had to leave hosting duties due to personal reasons and other projects on Pwn. So we found a great replacement for her in Mo.
What's up?
Y'all know her from the Shoutbox. She's always in there discussing horrible things like soccer.
Yeah.
And with us as a guest today, he's been on a couple times before. You gonna
Neil.
talk?
Go! Sorry, I'm into my game, sorry.
Yeah, he's been a tosser and playing Call of Duty 4. So, yeah, it's been a while, everyone. Hope you didn't forget about us. Hopefully people are still subscribed, and we'll get this as soon as it comes up later in the week. So, sorry we went down. A lot of things went down on Pwn. Not gonna get into specifics.
But that's okay, because it's back.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
Yeah, we're back and ready to go. A lot of games came out recently. Some I don't think any of us have even touched, even though they're big names. Some we have, like GTA 4. So throughout the show, we're going to touch on the new features of Pwn, recent releases, upcoming games, as always, and a special game announcement that was announced a couple days ago. But first off, we want Mo to introduce herself to everybody, for those who may not know who she is.
Well, I'm Mo, and I like video games, of course.
Wow.
Big surprise.
It's okay. I've never done a podcast before, so you gotta give me some time to get used to it.
True. I guess we could let you slide.
Please. That's why I asked Neil to stick around, so his funny
Moral
English
support.
accent can lighten the mood a little bit.
Yes, he's calling people dicks on
Yeah,
Xbox
if I
Live.
shout through the podcast, just forgive me, because I'll probably get killed or something.
You're lucky I'm not on there, Neil, because I'd just be pissing you off while I ruin songs by Kate Nash as I'm playing.
Oh, I'm sick of that.
Why you being a dickhead for?
Oh,
But, so, Mo, do you want to go in a little more in depth about who you are? Than just that you like
Fractals.
video games? Oh,
We'll leave that out of this. Those are days that I'd like to forget about. What the hell is going on?
I apologize. My headset fell.
I don't know what else to really say about myself. I'm really not that interesting.
Bullshit.
I don't like talking about myself.
But you need to, just for this one time.
Alright, well, let's see. I met my fiance on Xbox Live. Everybody always finds that interesting. We used to play Halo 2 together a lot. I have been gaming since I was a wee young lass. Other than that, I don't know really what else to say. My favorite game is Toe Jam and Earl for the Sega Genesis.
yes! I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a second. But I'm currently playing Oblivion, so that kind of takes the cake at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get enough of that game. The
it's
expansion. It's horrible. Have you played Shivering Isles?
I didn't make it through like 10 days of that game.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like I like the Shivering Isles expansion pack more than I like the actual game.
No way. Japanese RPGs for the win.
Well, I'm not biased. I like my Japanese RPGs. I mean, I cut school and stood in line for Final Fantasy VII when that came out, and I was stuck in my room for like a week straight. But
Interesting.
That's hard.
well, at least I'm talking. So what do you want to
Okay.
discuss?
But okay. So we welcome you to the podcast. Shannon is the
Thank
new
you.
co-host. Glad to have you here. Especially since it's another Maryland Maryland native.
Yes, and I'm pretty positive that, like I said before, you and I have met at some point at some time. And
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we both know the same person.
I'm telling you,
Jen.
I really think we have met, considering who we hung out with at anime conventions in the past.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about frag dolls. I don't want to talk about Otakon. No. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to Otakon this year to help
Enjoy the
promote Pwn.
smell. Enjoy the smell.
Ugh, I'm just gonna go promote Pwn, go see Jam Project in concert, and that's about it.
Never heard of them.
It's a Japanese group,
Oh, of course.
kind of like when I saw Lark in Seattle.
I can't believe I missed that one.
That was a good one. Very good. But just a heads up, y'all. Like I said, a lot of events coming up in the upcoming months. I will be at Otakon here in Baltimore, Maryland, August 8th, 9th, and 10th, as
Jealous.
well as everybody knows about November's event, which is Video Game Expo,
Yes.
which Mr. Neil will also be attending.
Oh, yeah.
It's November
Jealous.
21st through the 23rd, and Shannon needs to get her ass back to the Maryland area because it's up in Philly. So
I need to go see a doctor about getting some stuff for flying, because you don't want to get me on a plane. I start freaking out. But I guess I need to get over that, because I really wanted to go to Otakon this year. I haven't missed it in like the past 7 years, so makes
there
sense.
you are. Tisk tisk.
And the thing is I never actually went and really enjoyed myself, because I was always working. I was always in the artist alley, so it kind
Yeah.
of sucks.
Or cosplaying Mana.
Oh well, that was a long time ago. That was back when I was into the whole J-Rock thing, before it really got like super popular.
Yeah, I've never really gotten into the full out J-Rock Visual K stuff.
It used to be good. It used to be there used to be a lot of quality bands, but now it's just a bunch of men in makeup and dresses.
Yeah, I prefer the urban side of Japanese music, like the reggae, hip hop, R&B.
Neil probably has no idea what we're talking about.
No.
That's why he's just playing his game.
Yeah. I'm not
Alright,
talking
but,
this, and it's putting me off my game. I just, oh,
Is Andy in there?
no. Courtney's in.
Oh. Oh yeah, she told me she was going to play. I told her I had to record the podcast. So, hi Courtney. Sorry I couldn't make it. But so let's go into the new things that have happened to Pwn since the last time we did this podcast. For those who haven't been around or as active, there's a new create your own shoutbox feature, which you can create your own shoutbox for you and your friends to come in. It's completely private. You can't get points though from talking in there. It's just for those who kind of want to get away from the main shoutbox and the chaos that can go on when there's a lot of people in there.
And if you ban yourself from your own shoutbox, you're in trouble.
Really, you can't get back in?
As far as I know, you can't.
Wow. So, have either of you two actually used it, created one?
No, but I have been in.
Yeah, I've been in a few, but not created my own yet.
I think I entered George's for a split second.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I haven't really seen a lot of people using it. I guess it's just because not a lot of people know about it. So that's good that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went into one other person's, but we won't name that person here. They are no longer with the site.
Uh,
Oh.
Neil knows who I'm talking about.
drama.
Oh yeah. Also, for those who don't know, there's a I am feature. Also,
That I did not know.
yeah, you can go into anybody's profile. It says I am me when they're online now, and you can send a message and sit in a little. Right now, it's currently a little flash box that pops up, and you can chat in that. I think it comes up in its own windows now, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see it. That's
Um,
fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely a cool new feature for people who just want to do a quick thing instead of just sitting in PMs waiting for the other person to reply. Which can get old,
Yeah, that could
especially
take
when you're
time.
trash talking other people. No, I'm just kidding.
Which we all know you love to do.
I have never,
Hmm.
and you're one to talk.
Yeah. Well, I only make fun of you because you make fun of me. Hurts my feelings.
I don't make fun of you. I make fun of soccer. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Soccer sucks. Anyway, on to the other thing. If you
Whoa,
anybody
whoa, whoa! We're
who-
not done with new features yet.
hold on.
He's
I'm not done. I'm
done
still
yet.
talking.
Whoa!
Jeez. Chill out, you tosser.
Oh, harsh words there. Harsh words.
But anybody who's been in the forums lately, if you click on pretty much any topic, there's been forum updates. They may finally be done. I do not know. Um, Pizza Boy has posted a new thread as of yesterday about forum updates. There's a quick reply box. The forums have been cleaned up a bit, and he added the ability to subscribe to threads now. So any thread you've talked in, you could subscribe and get updates when somebody else comes in and replies after you. Um, um,
Yay, forums.
let's see. He's going to be doing a post history soon, and some other things coming soon. I guess. Basically, for those who don't know, our forums aren't like Envision or I can't think of the other one, vBulletin. It's all done from scratch, so they're constantly improving on the forums. You'll see more and more. Everybody who has been in there recently has seen the thing saying, "Hey, this is under renovation. There may be issues," but looks like 3 or 4 things have been updated on there. And Neil, you said you had other features you knew about.
There's
Can't think of
the compose feature, which I think is since the last podcast. There's Halo 3 stats for the
Yes.
like
Ugh.
Halo.
Ugh.
Oh, don't moan.
Minority.
Ugh. Halo 3 was
But
garbage.
they're cool. Hopefully we'll get some more games on soon. Like maybe COD, maybe. Hopefully.
COD.
True. I do know there is one thing that I don't think was ever discussed on here. For those that don't know, you can block members now via profile, not just ignore them in the shop box.
Yeah.
That's always a good feature.
Yeah. So, also for those who don't know, there are quite a few contests going on right now on Pwned. There's a Call of Duty 4. Looks like a web hosting and Ventrilo server package from FPS Gaming Solutions. We've got Age of Conan Hyborian Adventures keyboard from Zboard contest going on. Transformers Optimus PS2 Slim Skin. You can win a 4 GB flash card from Entertainment Consumers Association, aka the ECA. Also, there's a Pac-Man Collector's Shot Glass set.
That is awesome. I so need
Club
that.
Namco.
I wanted the
one.
Pac-Man hat thing. That was awesome.
Yeah. I gotta enter the Pac-Man Collector's Shot Glass, but I don't think I can win anything anymore. So.
Yeah, we get a lot of people entering and then not actually confirming it, which is a bit annoying. Like after they've won.
Yeah.
So keep checking.
3 more. We have you can win a Fatality brand gaming headset.
Nice.
You can win Ultimate Flight Controls from CH Products. And finally, my favorite contest going on right now. It's the Logitech Z5500 Digital Home Theater System, sponsored by Dolby, in junction with Pwn.com. So definitely join all the contests. And I'd say check out the Pwn Weekly Lottery, but who knows when the last time points were actually awarded.
Or like a 3-month wait.
Yeah, we gotta keep on Andy to do that. One more thing before we go into the special announcement. I just want to give a hint at what's coming in August. There's going to be a huge thing coming in August that I am coordinating with Pwn.com. It's going to provide a lot of interaction amongst the members. It's going to be all month, every night. I'm not going to say any more than that, but look for the announcement to come in early July, and a lot of promotional material hitting the site. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Some good prizes too. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've just thought of a new feature as well. Reply nesting comment thing. So
Oh yeah,
you can comment on another person's comment.
yeah. If you're
So,
on a blog or a news article or even your own comment box, if somebody replies or leaves a comment, you can reply to that comment instead of having to go to their page or leaving one above theirs. So it's kind of like what Kotaku does with their news articles. But speaking of news, to the delight of a lot of,
Fanboys.
yeah, I'm gonna say fanboys because all three of us here knows the game
Yeah.
suck. But
Well, I can't say that it honestly sucks. I've never played it, but I'm just not looking forward to it.
yeah, well, it's official, guys. Blizzard has officially announced Diablo 3 this past week at the 2008 Worldwide Invitational. So, for all those who have been wondering if this is a reality, I know I recently did a poll saying it was never going to come out, and I think that was like Friday morning.
Foot in
So,
mouth.
yeah, I was kind of like, oops. That usually happens to me.
Mhm.
But, yeah, Diablo 3 is announced, so all you people get ready and waiting your pre-orders together for another game. Hopefully, it's not the same old point and click.
Well, have you seen the actual the footage that came out for it? Like,
I have not.
you haven't? I mean, the cinema. I went to the website and I actually looked at the cinema trailer that they have and also the gameplay. I think it's like 20 minutes long or something, and it looks really good. Like, it looks good. Like, visually wise, it looks absolutely incredible. But again, it looks like that whole point and click thing. They do say that they make the controls a little more easier to use this time around. So maybe, that'll make it a little bit more fun for people that, don't really enjoy those point and click games. If my computer would run it, I would probably look into it when it comes out. But other than that, I've never played the Diablo series, and it's not something that I'm gonna keep on my wish list. But I might give it a try.
Yeah, I think it was the second game I played, and it was cool for about 20 minutes. And I was like, really, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over.
Well,
And
I
I just
suggest
couldn't
you
really.
actually go look at it just to see,
I'll take a look at it after the podcast. There's more important RPGs coming out, which we will discuss later.
Yes, of course.
But other than that, heads up. I know this is always big news in the gaming world, even though it seems minute. There was a image of what looked like Duke Nukem running from the new Duke Nukem Forever game.
Are
It
you
was a
serious?
small image. Yes, it actually popped out, and there's something where they were discussing Duke Nukem 3D if it would be at E3. The guys from 3D Realms said no, they're too busy working on the game to bring it there to E3. So that sounds like a good sign that it might actually be coming out.
Wow.
It
Wow.
reminds me of like UFO footage or something. Like it's just a bit of a
Yeah.
hoax or something.
Yeah, it could be, but also Scott Miller of 3D Realms said the other reason they're not taking it to E3 because E3 is now irrelevant. Kind of harsh words. But I can see where he's coming from with all the other conventions nowadays.
It's true. I was just lucky to actually go to the last real E3, and
With Booth Babes?
Well, yes, Booth Babes. Trading shirts with Booth Babes in the bathroom. Yes,
Awesome.
I did that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it's sad what happened to E3. It really is. But at the same time, all these smaller companies were losing so much money, and I don't think it was worth it. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've never been a fan of E3 since they closed it to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was the wrong way to do it. I mean, video games are about the consumer, and when you take the consumer away, you basically lose credibility, and I think it shows because PAX is getting huge,
Oh, absolutely.
and it's the
Absolutely.
fact that it's open to the gamers. So same with VG Expo and all the others. But let's move on to recent releases and our thoughts. The big one, I think our last episode came out right before the game dropped, or right as the game dropped. It is Grand Theft Auto 4.
Ta-da!
Um, I know we'll go in order from who's played it the least to the most. Shannon has not played it, but watched.
Well, okay. It's Mike's game. My fiance, it's his game, so I don't touch it. But I have been watching it from the very beginning, and I've been getting into it. I would like to start my own game after he's done, so we'll see how that goes. Okay,
Now,
it.
yeah, and for me, I have played the game. I just like every other GTA game. My problem for me is it's the same old, same old. I get kind of bored, put the game down. I think I play free mode. That's about it online with everyone every once in a while. Even that I've stopped playing. That's about it for me. I mean, great story, great voice acting and characters,
Oh
but
man,
just the gameplay itself gets old.
the voice acting is incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the best voice dubbing games that I've probably ever heard. The only issues that I see with GTA 4, one thing that really gets on my nerves, not even playing it, but it still gets on my nerves, is sometimes like when you run around corners, it's really hard to like aim your gun, and it just sometimes the camera angles are just a little wonky. And there have been a few glitches that we have run into, but other than that, I mean, I personally I like the game. Hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to play it when he's done, but I think it's a great game. What was the one that you said that you thought was better than GTA 4?
Saints Row. I think it's better than all the GTA games, though. It's not just GTA 4. I thought it was I think my problem with GTA is it has and always takes itself so seriously in what it does. And Saints Row came in and said, you know what? We're just going to make a game where it's fun to do everything. Where you don't have to... Like, GTA 4 kind of got rid of this, but not all the way. But there's, like, still taxi missions in GTA 4. But Saints Row was all about criminal activity. That's what you're playing the game. It's called Grand Theft Auto, but you didn't always do the bad stuff. But here in Saints Row, in my opinion, everything was on the criminal mindset. You had stuff like insurance fraud, where you jumped in front of cars to see how much damage you could do.
Wow.
And rack up as much money as you could out of it. I mean, I thought stuff like that was just not out of the norm. And for those who don't know, I'm really looking forward to Saints Row 2. And I'll discuss that in the upcoming games later. But now, Neil is the only one of us who has beaten the game.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, it's the first GTA I've ever completed. I mean, I played like the first one years and years ago, but I just did it to try and get the tanks and stuff, just drive around making havoc. And I've not really played any of the ones since they went 3D. But this one, I don't know, I got into it. The multiplayer wasn't as good as everyone said it was going to be. Free roam was kind of fun though, but I don't know, the story was... I don't know, I kind of liked Nico. He was a cool dude, so...
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was annoyed that I completed the game about half an hour past the 30-hour mark, so I missed out on the achievement by like half an hour.
Oh, that sucks.
But I mean, I completed the game, but it's still only 60% through. So
Wow.
it's like there's so much more I've got to do, but I'm a little bored of it. So I doubt I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I'd say another thing I got bored of, which is great. You can do it in free mode online with other people, but in the actual game, I didn't think you could just go around causing havoc like you used to. The cops are way too quick to catch up to you, way too quick to take you down. You can't just have fun with the game and just do what you want. It seems like you're pretty much... It's not as non-linear as it used to be.
See, I've
I've
never
never known
played
that
the old
you
ones.
you needed Xbox Live to actually go on the free roam thing. Like there was no kind of other than the story when unless you have Xbox Live,
Yeah,
which I thought was a bit lame.
and that was my problem. It didn't seem like you could just do what you want at various times. Other than that, are there any other recent releases you two have been playing recently that you'd want to talk about?
I've
I
just
know
gone
I
back
have.
to COD
Go ahead.
Yeah, I went back to COD too. So
after a
See,
short
I
break.
on that. I still have to invest in Call of Duty 4. I played the beta when it came out and got excited about it, but after that, I don't know, just kind of forgot about it. I was
Who's
still.
screwing with the mic?
what?
That's not me.
No, that's me. I'm sorry. Is my left ear was getting in a lot of pain from
Can't
this
keep it on
headset.
his fat head.
Yeah, exactly. All that damn pizza and McDonald's, Taco
Catches up
Bell.
to you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. But I
Well,
apologize if that bothered anyone.
I completely lost track of what
Yeah.
I was saying. I forgot. Damn it, I forgot what I was saying.
Something about you forgot about Call of Duty or something.
Oh, yes. I was still too busy playing Gears of War than Call of Duty. I don't know, it sucks because a lot of people I know ended up moving to Call of Duty 4. So now I have nobody to play with on Gears.
But you
That's
gotta get Call of Duty 4. It's been on sale in a lot of places for like $40, $30.
Yeah, I know. But right now we're trying to save up money to invest in Rock Band. Yes, I know.
Oh
we
my god, not Rock Band. It's so expensive over here. Like,
I
Trust
you
know.
me,
have
I've
no
I've
idea.
actually thought about Rock Band, which is crazy because I can't stand rhythm games.
I mean, I've always liked rhythm games. I am not a fan of Guitar Hero. There's just something about Guitar Hero that I just don't like. You know, give me DDR. I'd rather play DDR. I mean, I know they're completely different games, but they're still very rhythm based. So, I don't know. But Rock Band, Mike and I actually went into Best Buy the other day, and he was like, "Come on, let's play some Rock Band." I'm like, "Nah, that looks really stupid." And then I got on the drums, and we ended up staying there for like 45 minutes, just, playing Rock Band in the middle of Best Buy, looking like two big idiots. So that's definitely something we're going to be interested in getting sometime soon, hopefully.
I'm a big
As long
fan of
as you
Guitar
don't.
Hero, but over here, the game, the band in a box thing that you get, it's over $300, and I'm
That's
like,
rid-
no way.
that's
Wow,
ridiculous.
that's crazy.
I was so annoyed though. I went into a store that had it set up, and this guy was playing on easy, and he had some big crowd around him. I went on it, and first time I played it, went on expert, got like 90%, not a person around me. I was like, what? This little kid's got a big crowd around him playing easy, and I'm playing expert. I got no one. I was so disappointed.
Well, how old was the kid?
It was like 14, 15.
Okay.
So,
I was going to say, if he was younger, it was the cute factor. But
yeah.
Well, trust me, with Neil, it probably was the cute factor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Neil. You know I love you.
Tosser.
other than that, there really hasn't been anything exciting that I've been excited about that has come out recently.
Well, I know I've talked about discussing games before this podcast went into a brief hiatus. Crisis Core for PSP, I finally started that because I finally beat Legend of Heroes 3 and finished the trilogy on my PSP, which is awesome, by the way. So before I go into Crisis Core, everybody if you have a PSP, check out Legend of Heroes 1 to 3, play them in order. Truthfully, play 2, then 1, then 3, because honestly, that's how it is in Japan. And 2 is actually the most boring one. So once you get to the first one and then the third one, it really picks up. But on the Crisis Core, I finally started it. It's definitely not the style of Final Fantasy VII in terms of combat. It's all action oriented. It's basically one button press to attack. You guard with triangle, but at first I kind of was having problems getting into it, but it's actually a really alright game for the fighting. I've had to take on two of the summons already, Ifrit and Bahamut, and I really enjoy it. The story is really good. Good graphics for the PSP. The CG looks amazing whenever that comes up. And you see you're playing as this guy Zach, who's a part of Soldier,
Ooh.
and there's another guy Genesis who has basically fled Soldier, created copies of himself, um, and another guy. I'm not gonna get too into it, but it's weird because Sephiroth is on your team. So it's weird to actually interact with Sephiroth where he's not the enemy,
Well, I
but
mean,
it's also pretty.
there was a little stint in that in 7.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. I mean, I like it so far. Plan on getting more into it as it goes on. I've played probably 3 or 4 hours into the game now. Um, so that's Crisis Core, and people like Neil are the lucky ones. They have a special edition PSP out for Crisis Core, which isn't coming to the US, and to get it from Europe is like 300 some dollars.
Bastards.
If you say
Yeah.
so. Totally not into
Um,
the whole PSP thing.
Is it popular in the UK?
Uh, Not really. I mean, you see a few people like watching movies on them, but not really for the gaming scene.
yeah, it's huge in Japan though.
Everything's
I know
big.
that. Well, PSP has actually outsold every other system lately
Even
in
the
Japan.
DS?
Even DS and the Wii
I thought
by
DS was like
twofold.
at the top of
Nope.
everybody's list.
Monster Hunter came out the second, or Monster Hunter, what's it called? G something. I can't remember what it's called. The new Monster Hunter game came out and it was done. Like PSP was like twofold. I put a news article up on Pwned about a month back. It's actually really interesting how Nintendo really is big in Europe and here, but not so much in Japan right now. Sony pretty much
weird.
holds the reins. Sony is holding the reins. The PS3 actually knocked the PSP out of the top rank a couple weeks ago, and PSP took it back over.
God,
Again.
that's so ridiculous how different it can be between Europe, America, and then Japan. It's
I know.
just funny to me. Have you speaking of Final Fantasy, have you looked into any of Final Fantasy or Dissidia?
No, I haven't looked into any of it. I do know one of the games is being put on hold. I don't know which one of Final Fantasy 13, but it's being put on hold because they're trying to focus on the main game right now.
Man, they're coming out with it just seems like in the past couple of years, like every year, every 2 years they'd come out with a new Final Fantasy, but now it just seems like they're just dishing them out left and right.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 games for Final Fantasy 13 alone. It's like Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13 versus.
I lost track. The only one that I have been somewhat interested in has been the Cydia, but unfortunately there hasn't been an American confirmed American release date, just a Japanese. But it's cool because it has characters from like 7, 8, the first one I believe, and then there's like one from Final Fantasy, or a couple characters from Final Fantasy 2, and that I like that idea. I like when characters like from the different Final Fantasies interact with each other. I like that idea.
Yeah. That's definitely a sweet idea. I do hope that they get rid of all the Final Fantasy 8 characters, though.
No, I think who do they have from Final? I know they have.
That was the worst game ever.
Oh man, I loved Final Fantasy 8. That was my favorite
It
one.
was so emo. It was so disgustingly emo. Like, it's so drama. It's like, shut up. I'm tired of hearing these people whine and
Well, I'm
cry
a girl,
about everything.
so I like the drama. I liked the characters. And now I liked Final Fantasy 7 characters the best, but the characters in 8, I don't know, there's just something about the characters in 8.
Have you ever played 6?
No.
Final Fantasy 6, aka 3 for the Super Nintendo, was the best Final Fantasy game ever.
I haven't. The thing is like, I've the first Final Fantasy game I played was 7, so I guess I'm not a die-hard Final Fantasy fan, but
Completely
I,
oblivious. I've never played one.
Yeah,
Never played a Final Fantasy.
Neil doesn't like games with a story.
it just
No,
likes to
I watched my sister play one of them, and I went, "What the fucking hell is this?" And she's like, "Final Fantasy." I was like, just take out the house. I don't want to."
Well, I know I'm about to talk about a game that Shannon's gonna or Mo will feel the same about, which is Bleach Heat the Soul 5 for the PSP. She's not a big Bleach fan.
Not at all.
Now, in my opinion, for this game, you don't need to be a Bleach fan. Bleach Heat the Soul series has always been the best game to come out for the PSP when it comes to fighting, and Bleach Heat the Soul 5 has added to it. It added the tag feature. Now it's like two people going into a battle. I'm gonna be honest, I liked the game at first a lot, but I find myself enjoying the gameplay from 4 where it's just single. I don't know, maybe it's I haven't played it enough. But the tag feature is cool and all, but I feel like the character selection is very limited this time around. I feel like they put in the tag feature and then took some out and said, "Hey, here you go." It feels like what Madden does.
Ugh.
Like here's this new features, but we're gonna take out this other stuff just to add it in again later as a new feature. That's what it felt like. It's still fun. Don't get me wrong. If you're a fan of the series, it's a must have for fans of the game series. I'm saying. I mean, fans of the anime are already gonna get the damn game regardless.
They remind me of Naruto fans.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I love the anime. I picked up the DS game, and I thought the DS game was god awful.
Garbage.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in that. I don't like using the stylus when I'm fighting.
That seems kind of pointless to me.
It's too much going on for me to focus on the stylus as well. But so definitely, if you're a fan of the fighting game series or the anime, you gotta pick it up. If not, and you want a good fighting game for the PSP, I suggest going with Bleach Heat the Soul 4 first, which is I felt had more depth to it and a lot more going for it. So, well, I think that concludes the recent games. Now I know Neil's gonna go right back to playing Call of Duty 4 when we discuss the next genre of games coming out.
I'm still in COD.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna keep playing because the next games we're gonna discuss are all the upcoming role-playing games, and they're all Japanese role-playing games, and every single one is hitting the 360, and only one of them, I believe, is hitting both PS3 and 360.
About damn freaking time.
So it seems like Microsoft wisened up from the Xbox debacle of not having any good role-playing games, and they're taking over now.
And they need some good ones. They need some good role-playing or RPG games for the 360.
And they've had a few.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, Lost Odyssey is critically acclaimed, as is Eternal Sonata. Blue Dragon, not so much, but I had a great time with it.
The only one that I could remotely get into was Enchanted Arms, and even that was pretty garbage.
I couldn't get into that game. I'm surprised you don't like Lost Odyssey since you like Final Fantasy VIII. Because it's kind of emo.
Final Fantasy VIII is not emo.
It's extremely emo.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes, it is. The whole main character, Squall, is just one emo piece of trash.
Okay, he's emo. That'll give that one to you.
And that's why I didn't like him being the main character, because it just took away from me getting into the story and connecting.
Cloud was emo.
Not that bad.
But I can't stand the...
I looked at Cloud as more of an idiot.
Yeah, he was kind of an idiot. Not as big as Titus, though. I couldn't stand his character.
See, I didn't mind Titus.
But anyway, sorry. Going on my Final Fantasy.
Okay, but the game's coming out this coming year is, if anybody hasn't heard recently, you got 4 big titles from Japan. Tales of Vesperia, which has an amazing look to it.
Cell
It's
shading.
completely cell shaded. Looks like you're watching and playing an anime through the whole game.
Possibly the
Wow.
best looking cell shaded game that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Even
they
just the trailers.
Namco Bandai put out games called Idol Master in Japan, where it was basically like a pop singer, you bringing them up, and they used the same type of cell shading. Well, they took that technology, the Tales team, and moved it over to the Tales of Vesperia and improved on it. And oh my goodness, did they improve on it? I can't wait for this game to drop. It comes out. It was originally September, and now I've heard it's being released in August. So definitely a game everybody should check out when it comes out, especially if you're a Japanese RPG fan and a fan of the Tales series, which is a huge series in Japan and has a good amount of followers in the U.S. as well. The next one's another sequel. Well, I want to put sequel in quotes here because all these Japanese RPGs are never true sequels. Star Ocean 4. The trailer just hit Xbox Live with unfortunately a horrible dubbing on
Oh
the
man, that's the
yeah, I didn't like the voiceover. But everybody who knows me knows I prefer Japanese voices with the English subtitles. But the graphics and the actual characters in the game look awesome. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't see any gameplay in the trailer, so I don't know if what we saw was all just true CG or actually how the characters are going to look.
It definitely looked like it was all CG.
Yeah.
I
So
think the gameplay is going to be a little less quality.
yeah, so I want to see what it's going to look like when it comes around to the actual gameplay. But I love Star Ocean 2. I have Star Ocean 3, haven't had a chance to play it. And I can't wait for Star Ocean 2 is being remade for the PSP, which gives me another chance to play through again.
Man, I need to get a PSP for real.
PSP has all the RPGs.
Seems like
honestly.
all these really cool games are for the PSP. And I'm stuck with my DS and Animal Crossing.
I'm sorry, the DS is kind of kiddie for me. It's
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier with the whole stylus thing, sometimes that really gets on my nerves.
yeah, it's like the Wii. I don't always want to use peripherals when I'm playing a game. Just give me a freaking controller.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So, another one, Last Remnant, was another one that trailer just recently hit the Xbox Live Marketplace. I'll have to go again with the English dubbing within the trailer. It's awful. I'm so tired of shitty English dubbing. It's just it can really ruin a game. Like I hear Lost Odyssey's dubbing is horrible.
The problem with that is they tend to rush the dubbing part. They want to get the game out so quickly, and they just rush with the dubbing, and it turns out just absolute garbage. A la Enchanted Arms.
Yeah, I got the game, played for like 5 minutes, and stopped. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
We'll see. It gets better as it goes on, but
Sure.
it's still pretty bad.
I'll take your word for it. And Last Remnant is original IP from Square Enix. Shocking, I know. As it seems they've been doing that a lot, though. For anybody who knows, The World Ends With You came out on the DS a couple months back, which was another original IP type game where you actually fought with the stylus in the bottom screen and then fought with the other character in the top screen with the D-pad.
Ugh.
A lot of people like it. I let the top screen go auto and I just fight on the stylus part because I can't watch both. I go crazy. Like I just don't have time to sit there and be like, okay, I gotta focus on both screens. What the fuck's going on? But Square Enix definitely looks like they're trying to branch off from just being known for Final Fantasy, Star Ocean, and the Norm. And that brings me to another Square Enix original IP, which is Infinite Undiscovery, which title makes absolutely no fucking sense.
I thought the same thing when I saw it. I was like,
Like,
okay,
so you never discover anything.
that's kind of an interesting title for a game.
Yeah, it's definitely a Japanese thing, in my opinion. Infinite Undiscovery. I can't say how stupid that title is enough. The game itself, I'm not as hyped for this one as the other three. It looks to be more along the lines of MMO style, where you're like kind of just running around with the party and running around the enemy constantly,
Not so
hitting them
much
here and there.
turn-based.
Yeah, I don't mind action RPG, but it looks more like I said, an MMO style action RPG, not a normal Japanese action RPG, a la like a Secret of Mana style or something like that. So those are the four big games coming out this year, um, from Japan coming
RPGs.
here. Yep, RPGs.
Games from
Um,
RPGs.
Now there are three games that we want to discuss uh, that are coming out here in the U.S.
Gears
Uh,
4, 2.
yeah, Gears of War 2,
I am
Spore.
so excited for this.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm just completely excited for this one. I actually recently read a interview with Cliffy B, or
You can't call him
I
Cliffy B
can't call him
anymore.
Cliffy B anymore. That's right, Cliff.
Belazinski or whatever it is.
However you pronounce his last name. The big problems that I had with the original storyline for Gears, it had so much potential. Like the actual storyline had so much potential. It's just I don't think it was executed as best as they possibly could because they were so focused on other aspects of the game. But this time around, they really I think they're really going to go beyond, what they had planned for the first Gears. I can't wait to see the next installment of the actual story. But the one thing I'm really excited about is the multiplayer. The problems that I had with the multiplayer in the original Gears was there was just so many bugs and there was just so many glitches that it made the multiplayer pretty difficult to play sometimes, especially when I used to compete through like game battles and the MLG. It was hard because the host advantage was so ridiculous. And then you'd get times where you actually just fell through the walls. The shotgun was really inconsistent. The chainsaw, I personally didn't really care for how like the chainsaw was able to draw you in. But they're actually reworking all of that to make it better, to make a better experience for the multiplayer. And I can't wait to see what they do with that. I really can't wait to see what they do with that because that's what really that's the only negative thing I have about the old multiplayer for the Gears, was just the constant glitches and the bugs and the inconsistencies. So I'm excited. What about you?
Well, the old Gears of War multiplayer was originally just thrown in as a last minute thing. And I was surprised it took off as big as it did. I thought there was a lot of problems with it as well. I thought if you didn't play for a while or you tried to come in months after the game was released or even now, you're not going to have fun with it because everybody who plays it now
Mm,
are the really good players,
yeah,
and you're going to jump in whether it's player match or rank match and just pretty much get destroyed.
yeah, get your ass kicked. But
Um,
they're also making it. It's no longer going to be 4 versus 4. They're going up to 10 players now, so it's going to be 5-on-5, which I think is really cool because, I mean, there's just more people to kill. I guess is what I'm trying
yeah.
to get at. But
Well, I
I
hope they fix the shotgun. I don't like shooting people 5 times with a shotgun for them to die. It's a shotgun. It should take 2 kills tops.
Oh, absolutely. And I think host advantage has a lot to do with that as well because it's just so difficult to kill the host with a shotgun. I mean, there have been times where I've shot them in the face like 5 times, and even with the sniper, like I get a perfect headshot, and it's like it doesn't even hurt them. And I know because when you play as host, you have an advantage over these people.
Yeah.
So I just hope they fix that. I hope that becomes a little bit better. And I mean that was my issue, even with Halo. I mean I liked Halo 2. I think Bungie kind of dropped the ball with Halo 3. I just couldn't get into the multiplayer that much. But I
Yeah, I think
just
that's the one thing that what I like about Call of Duty 4 is if somebody's the host and it's lagging too badly, it ends the game.
really
It won't, like Neil knows, if it starts lagging for like a minute or so, No, I'm not saying his connection. I'm just saying when you're in there. No, when you're in there and it starts getting real laggy, you know any second now the game's gonna end because it can't continue on. It doesn't want to give you that lopsided BS.
Mm.
I mean, I've won games where it's kind of laggy, and I've won the games because I'll noob tube the shit out of everybody. At that point, I'm just trying to blow everything up since you can't get regular shots. But like, the thing is,
But if someone quits out, it'll put a new person in, which Halo doesn't do, which is probably why I've moved off Halo now, because I got sick of people leaving the game, and then I'd be left there by myself to lose,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh.
yeah, it'll either switch the host or end the game in Call of Duty 4, which is nice.
I'm mixed about Gears of War 2. I'm really not sure. Because the story was decent in Gears of War 1. Not amazing, but decent. And then the multiplayer just ruined the whole thing for me. So, I'm guessing I'm going to get the game, but I'm not really overly excited.
I'm getting the game for the single player first off. I want to continue the
Yeah.
story. I love the co-op
It's gonna be
feature.
so much better. It's gonna be so much better.
After watching the trailer, I was like, "This really doesn't look like much difference between the two games, though." I mean, it's slightly cleaner looking, but I don't know.
See, that doesn't bother me. As long as it continues with the story and the action, I don't care. As long as the story sucks me in, I don't care if it looks better or not. I'm not one of those people who thinks graphics makes a game. Graphics don't. I mean, hell, I just played Doom on Xbox Live Arcade, the classic Doom this past Monday, and I had so much fun online. Because you know what? It's not about graphics. It's about making it fun first off. And it doesn't look that I agree. I don't think it looked that much better. I think there's a lot of small things they added to it. But the multiplayer this time around, it's going to have it where you don't just die right away. You have the choice of trying to crawl to safety, and that's going to be your tap button, so you don't just get back up. You actually have to crawl to safety and hide so somebody can come get you and heal you. You can have multiple ways of killing the person, not just a curb stomp. There's going to be different buttons you can press to do different things to finish them off. And now they're going to make games like matches where it can be just like regular deathmatch where people constantly respawn. It's not just over when everybody's dead on one team.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that. I don't like. It's why I don't like Counter-Strike. I don't like playing.
Yeah.
Where, okay, boom, it's done. It's the same with Call of Duty 4. I don't play Search and Destroy because I don't like getting killed and I have to sit there and wait for everybody else to finish.
Have you ever played Ghost Recon? Like Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter?
Yeah, I used to have both games actually at one point.
I absolutely loved that multiplayer. I'm like the only person in the world that I know of that likes it, but that was
actually my coworkers love that game.
That was my favorite game. I played that.
They're all
thing.
in like 40s and 50s, and they love that game.
Great, it makes me feel awesome.
But they all like it because of the co-op aspect more than the online stuff. But I think, well, I like those games too, but I had to get rid of them after I got Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4 to me has just made all Tom Clancy games seem slow and boring.
I'm telling you, I used to love the Tom Clancy games. I was a huge Splinter Cell fan. Chaos Theory was hands down one of the best games I've ever played. But just I don't even remember the last name of the last Sam Fisher game. God, I just had a brain fart.
Double Agent?
Yes, Double Agent. I can't believe I forgot that. That's how bad I thought the game was. Like, I literally, like, I remember being at E3, and I remember, because I was working at the Enchanted Arms booth, and I would go right next to our booth, pretty much right next to our booth was the, God, I keep forgetting the freaking name! Splinter Cell! God!
Wait, did Ubisoft do the, whatchamacallit, the Enchanted Arms?
Yes! Yes, they
did.
did.
That explains it.
Yes, they did. Surprisingly.
I'm sorry, Ubisoft is in a downfall right now. They're putting out shit titles. Especially for the DS.
I was actually getting to that point.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I apologize.
Well, with the last Splinter Cell, like, I I remember playing the demo at E3 and just thinking like, wow, this looks really cool. You can flip Sam Fisher's glasses down on his head to his face. Oh, that's so cool. You know. And then I got the game and I was completely disappointed with it. I was absolutely disappointed with it. So, and I mean, the other like Rainbow Six, I'm not a fan of Rainbow Six Vegas. I just I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like Rainbow Six Vegas. And then the other ones that they're coming out with, and more, it looks meh. And then
Yeah, I enjoyed Vegas 2 to a point. But my problem with Vegas 2 was the grenades and how you throw them. It seemed like you were throwing a freaking brick. It takes so long to toss a grenade. By the time you reach out and start throwing it, you're getting shot. Like it's so ridiculous. I'm like, no, just freaking throw it as fast as possible. Like they reach as far as possible before they let go of the damn thing,
Mhm.
instead of just like flicking it over their shoulder or around the wall. And that's my biggest issue. It's just I got tired of it. I was like, I can't. I was like, why is it taking so long to throw a freaking grenade? It's like a baseball. Just throw the damn thing.
I never even got Vegas 2 because I really disliked the first one, so I didn't even bother getting it.
Well, I
And
played.
then I had everyone on Pwn saying like how much of a disappointment it was, and most people got rid of it like a month after.
Yeah, it was
So,
me,
I didn't bother.
Robo Threat, Dropkick, and DT Death Temptress, and we were on there all the time. And then one night we were playing, and all of us except for Death Temptress realized how shitty the game was. And Jeff got rid of his, Dropkick got rid of his, and then I got rid of mine. And then I picked it up again, and
oh,
Amazon had it on sale for $30 because, for those who don't know about goozex.com, it's a trading site, and they're having a big Olympics event this past month in June, and I got it for that, got destroyed in that, and traded it back off
why did you do that?
because I paid $30 for the game, and I got $50 worth of points on goozex, so I made a profit. So I
Okay.
do that all the time.
Okay.
I find games for cheap, and I throw them on goozex to make a profit. I've got about $900 worth of points on goozex right now.
That's sick. You can use that to buy me a PSP.
They don't do systems.
Damn it!
If they did, I'd get me a PSP Slim because I want to get rid of my old one.
I still have
And
the
you can't
old
use it in the
one.
UK either. Yay.
What?
Can't use Goozex in the UK either, so useless.
No. Yeah, goozex is only in the U.S., Canada, and Bermuda. I don't know why Bermuda, but it is.
Sigh.
Maybe somebody can goozex Natalie Holloway back.
Oh my god. It took me a second just to get what you said, and I just was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Was that Bermuda? No, that was Aruba. Sorry.
That was Aruba.
Oh, well. I'm glad I corrected myself.
Yes. That's
Did you ever see that shirt that T-shirt Hell came out with?
No.
It said 176 out of 177 high school students say Viva Aruba.
Oh my god. That's awful.
God, it was great.
That's so
I'm sure that's going to offend somebody. I don't give a shit. It's funny. Okay, but let's move on to Spore. Everybody knows the Spore Creature Creator came out. Have either of you gotten a chance to fuck around with it?
Yes,
Nope.
I actually played with the demo. Of course, Neil, no, I don't like anything except Call of Duty 4.
I actually, I got the Creature Creator, the actual retail version.
Did you?
Haven't
worth
gotten a
$10?
chance to... I got it off goozex for about $20 worth of points.
Ah, okay.
Because I didn't realize how much it was in stores. Otherwise, I would have put it on hold and waited for it to drop. But I figure I got enough points anyway. I haven't gotten a chance to install it yet.
Really? Well, I think
I need to delete a lot of stuff off my computer first. I have way too many hentai games on my computer.
that's
Japanese-
disturbing. That's
well-
very disturbing.
Well, the Japanese ones are like 3D and they take up 2 to 5 gigs per game.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to start getting them off and putting them on my PC because I want to put this on my laptop.
You should do that as soon as possible. I mean, I've only played with the demo. I played the demo when it first came out. I had a lot of trouble installing it. I think a lot of people did. Other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was fun. Even with just the demo, you were able to create just like something that was just so out of this world. Just it was a lot of fun.
Has anybody seen the creatures being created elsewhere?
What do you
Like the
mean?
ones having sex and
Oh
dicks and
yeah. That is.
balls. And...
I think Spunky on Ponda's made quite a few amusing ones. I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot on YouTube, and
There's
they have one that looks like a human, doesn't really, but it's as close as you could probably get.
they've been I was somebody sent me a link the other day. It was this spore creature that looked exactly like a chocobo, and it was so cool. There are people making like a Mario type thing, a creature, and then somebody made a Bowser. It was so cool because like it had like the whole like growl and the roar, and the chocobo looking creature kind of like did like the singing, and it had like the little chocobo sound. It was really cute and it was really cool. So I think it's cool that you have so many options just to like create all these different kinds of creatures. But some of them are kind of weird. Some of them are slightly weird, like the ones that are having sex with each other.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up making a bunch of those.
I'm sure you will too. I'm pretty sure you will too.
Try and make one that looks like Magibon.
Oh, yes. That'd be awesome.
Wait, what?
Bagibon Desu!
I'm lost on this one.
You don't want to know. But, alright, the last game, which I hope is the next game Neil will pick up.
What?
Saints Row 2.
No.
Which, if you guys don't know, has been having a huge campaign, and they've actually, recent advertisement trailer they've done a huge internet viral campaign. They had Gary Busey on like 5 or 6 trailers.
What?
And the latest one takes shots at Grand Theft Auto.
Ouch.
It was absolutely brilliant. Because it didn't tell you not to play Grand Theft Auto. It was basically saying, you can go ahead and play Grand Theft Auto, but when you're done and you want to have some fun, come play our game. It was so awesome. And the new things that are adding to the game, whether they're satchel charges, or the fact you can drive a sewage truck around and plow people down with it, with the
Nice.
actual, hose and just shoot people with sewage.
Oh my god.
The throw feature, where you're actually grabbing people from the back and tossing them. Like, you can throw them in front of trains off buildings.
What?
Is absolutely amazing. The stuff they're doing, they're trying to make just a fun experience for the gamer. They're not taking themselves seriously, which is what I love about Saints Row 2. And they just want to have fun with it. The creation of your character is absolutely amazing. The sliders, you can make your character be a male, female, or even in between. There's that much detail to it.
Wow.
To where you can make a character that you're like, what the fuck is that thing?
It's Chris Crocker.
Yeah, basically.
Leave Britney alone.
Yeah. Not only are they going to have multiplayer, but the whole story is co-op with another player.
That's nice.
I think that's what more games need to do now. We need co-op campaigns.
But think about it. GTA is missing out on this. The only thing they have is these little missions that you can do on the side with another friend.
Yeah.
This game is actually saying no. You can bring in another friend and play the entire storyline with someone else. So let's say you need to carjack something. You get in that vehicle, carjack it, and you can have your friend driving with you or on the other side of you in another vehicle helping protect you. It adds so much more to the game and so much more strategy in what you're going to do and plan out how you're going to take care of a mission. I think Saints Row 2 is going to be good. It got pushed back to October. I know people are worried. That means the game's not going to be that great. I prefer it being pushed back because that means they're improving it and they're making sure everything works. They could push it back till next January and I'd still be happy. As long as the game comes out. What?
Do they know when in October? Late October, early October?
It's October 25th.
Oh, great. Just around my birthday. You can get that for me. That can be your birthday present for me.
It wouldn't be the first time I got somebody on Pwn something.
Or maybe a PSP. That'd be great, too.
Yeah, you're going a little far there.
Oh my god.
There is a special edition for Saints Row 2. Don't know what's in it. I've already pre-ordered it regardless. It's going to come out October 14th.
Okay.
but I'm hoping it's not just a DVD. As a special edition for people who know me. It's the reason why I love Japanese games and their special editions. They give you so much shit.
So much crap. So
Like,
much.
I just got a new game in from Japan. Let me see if I can find the title. It's a really long one. I'd have to actually read it off. Um, it's a visual novel, but it's like a horror type game. It
How
is
do you
called
find all these?
ncsx.com or playasia.com. And then I read about them on actual Japanese sites like Famitsu, Game News Flash, Dengeki, Akiba blog, stuff like
Jeez,
that.
you're a nerd.
But the game is called Higurashi no Nakukoro ni Kuzuna Daiichi-kan Tatari. And
Translated as game I'm not going to get.
the special edition came with a pen that's in the shape of like a syringe.
Holy shit.
Playing,
A pen.
hold on. Playing cards with all the characters throughout on each card. Every card has a different illustration of the characters. It came with a little DS like carrying bag. There's some other stuff like a calendar in there, stickers, but it's like all this stuff. But you go to buy an American special edition, it's like, oh, here's a DVD of how we made the game. I don't want a fucking DVD. That shit's worth like $1.
Give me some good shit.
Exactly. Give me something to collect. Like Vegas 2. They gave you a DVD and fucking keychain. What do you do? Give me a little more. Put something in there. Like at least BioShock when they had the special edition had a figure of the Big Daddy. I'm not a fan of BioShock, but at least they gave you something collectible.
Aww.
Same with Prey. When Prey came out, they had figures that came with it.
Prey was
Yeah.
garbage.
I love that game.
Did you? Oh, I couldn't. See it.
I loved it halfway through, and then I got kind of stuck, and I stopped loving it. But it's made by the people who did Duke Nukem 3D. I have to love it.
Oh, okay.
Duke Nukem lives. But no, I mean, Saints Row 2. I hope, because that's one thing I did like about GTA 4 is the lockbox, the special edition thing from Amazon, which is a license plate, GTA 4 Liberty Sea license plate, soundtrack, duffel bag, all that. That's great for special editions. Even the Halo 3 Legendary, as much as people hate it, was a great special edition. It's a full collectible replica helmet. But I don't like games that just throw in a DVD and say, here you go, that's our special edition. So I hope Saints Row gives more. If they don't, I'll probably cancel it and get the regular version. Because I'm not going to spend $80 on a DVD.
Yeah.
So, but that's about it. You guys have anything else?
Well,
I'm kind of excited for Mirror's Edge. I can't remember when
yes.
it's out at all, but it looks really sweet.
Oh, I fucking love Mirror's Edge.
Like, it
The
looks
chick
like it's
in it
got
is
kind
so
of a
hot.
crackdown edge to it. And, I don't know, can you remember when it's out?
No, but I'm trying to figure out why she's laughing.
but the chick is so hot. She's just
She
so
is.
hot. She's so hot.
Freaking Asian. Late 2008. They don't have an actual date.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
But it's
yeah, that's
hitting all
one
the
game that I'm
major-
excited for at the minute. I mean,
It's
that and COD 5. Basically, what I'm-
PS3, 360, and PCs is Mirror's Edge. For anybody who hasn't seen the trailer, fucking go download it now.
Because chick's hot.
Tom Pope.
Damn it. Chick's hot.
Well, I put it on phone.
Yeah, man. Uh,
Well,
and as I
put it
said
on-
last time, I just want anything to do with Portal. To be honest, any sequel to Portal would make me probably jizz my pants.
Isn't there plans to make another one?
Yeah, Portal 2 is being worked on. It's supposed to be like a prequel, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. Host ended game. Brilliant.
It's supposed to be a prequel, Portal 2, because technically you destroyed the shit, so you can't really have a sequel.
Yeah.
I haven't beat it yet.
Oh my god, I've completed it about 20 times.
I would have.
I had the day off college, and I completed it twice in one day. I
I
could
would
do
have
it.
completed it more, but the orange box was such a shit package besides Portal that I got rid of it.
I can do Portal like from start to finish in 50 minutes.
My
Because I
first time
played it-
through,
I played it so much that I've just memorized the whole thing.
My first time through took me about 2.5, 3 hours, which a lot of
Yeah.
people were shocked by, but I didn't think they were all that difficult. Only one of them, I think it was 18, fucked me up. Where you have to shoot yourself all the way across the map,
You know
and
what?
I couldn't
That's
figure
the
out
one-
how.
I think that's the one I'm stuck on.
Is it the one
Yeah.
where there's like loads of different levels, then you get to a room full of turrets, and you have to go across, then get a box, then run back again, and
Yeah, and you have
oh
to jump down, you have to jump off the ledge to shoot yourself back over.
Ugh.
yeah,
Yeah, that was the one I got stuck on for a while. I forgot about the ledge sitting down there. I was like, shit, I gotta jump down to this platform.
I can talk you through the whole game if you want. Seriously, someone on Pwned asked me the other day how to do this level, and I didn't even have to open the game. I could just tell them like exactly what to do because I've played it so many times. It's stupid.
Yeah, I might have to get you to help me.
I do want to let people know before we end the show. For those who don't know, this is a game that also makes me want to get a Wii soon. Fatal Frame 4 is coming to the Wii, and it looks like it's going to be actually good. An actual good game for the Wii. Holy shit. That's not like first party Nintendo, I should say. But you're actually going to be using your Wiimote as the camera. I can imagine now with a survival horror game, you're gonna get scared shitless, drop your freaking Wiimote, and trying to fumble to get the camera to take the picture of that ghost quick to get rid of it. I imagine people are gonna have a lot of fun with the game. Can't wait for it to actually release next month in Japan to hear what people say about it and if it's actually was done right. From the images and stuff and the articles I posted on Pwn about it, it looks like it's gonna be really good, and I think it's going to do well. So, look for that announcement of a release date in the States. I think it's going to be out by the Christmas or early next year here in the States.
I need a Wii.
I'm not answering that.
Oh,
That's
typical.
way too easy right there.
That's typical
I
of
don't
you.
get it. I don't get it.
Liar.
I don't. Wait, I think I get it.
Do you even remember what you said?
I said I need a Wii.
Exactly. Never mind.
Yeah, let's move on.
You should talk to Mike more.
I'm so confused right now. That's all right.
Talk to me more. If you spend time in the shout box when I'm in there, you can definitely figure out what I'm like.
I think I get the idea.
Yeah.
You like little Japanese girls.
What?
I said you like little Japanese girls.
What are you talking
Look at all
about?
that
That's not what we were
hentai.
talking about.
Oh my god.
It was like I was on IRC the other day for the Guzek's chat room, and some guy in there was like, "Oh, I go over to my friend's house and play with his Wii all the time,"
Oh my god.
and I was like, "I'm sure you do."
You're sick.
I was like, "I'm sure you do." He was like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up."
I can't believe
realize it's-
Nintendo opened themselves up for this. Seriously.
They did it on purpose.
I like the idea of the Nintendo Revolution. I like that. That was the original name, wasn't it? It was like the Revolution.
Yeah, Revolution or Dolphin was first.
Really?
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think that might have been just the project name though. But all right, I think that about wraps this episode up. I want to thank our guest host Neil for coming around, helping take some of the pressure off of Mo.
Yeah.
And I want to
I didn't
thank
talk much, but whatever.
because you're a tosser or a wanker and all that.
I'm
good
trying
stuff.
to concentrate on this game, and I don't think I've ever played so bad as I have
Go
done.
play your
like,
tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. No, don't even call the Tiddlywinks. That is the best game ever.
It's horrible. Go play Tiddlywinks. They're gonna make a Wii game for Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. I think they actually should.
I'm sure you do. Or like a DS one.
That actually worked though with the stylus, like flicking it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying that.
No one has any idea what Tiddlywinks is.
Speaking of flicking it, Doki
Ew.
Doki Majo Shinpan 2 is coming out where you'll be able to flick a girl's breast or ass.
Oh god, Mike,
Can't wait! I
get
can't
yourself a real woman. God, get excited over pixels. Goodness.
wait. I just find them funny.
Yeah, sure you do.
Jubblies.
Hey, I'm waiting. I'm not going to discuss this now. This is not a discussion for the podcast. my
Take it to the shout
freaking
box.
personal life, yes, or private I am, or after I'm done recording. Anyway, I want to thank Shannon for becoming the new host. Had a lot of fun. It definitely, I think you worked out very well.
Trying. It'll take me a while to get used to it, but you know.
And to those wondering where our interview is this time, there is none. Basically, that's why we brought Neil on, and plus, as you know, Mo is our new co-host, so there's no reason for an interview this time. So look for it next episode. We're going to be working on bringing some people in and talking to them. So be active and pwned if you want to be on the show. Simple as that. Stay around the shoutbox forums.
I think
don't
it's
care.
time Andy came back on. I think we need Andy again.
Andy's too busy right now.
Fuck.
He rarely gets on Xbox Live, so. So, want to thank everybody for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. And we are out. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.